All right, so I got my bike tore all apart. You see the frame. Frame is back there. The gas tank. I got some paper down here. You can't see it back here. I got a big sheet of paper spread out over here. Got the back fender and the oil tank down there, and I got my front fender right here. So, got a lot of people don't ever believe me when they see some of the work I do as far as paint work and stuff. Because I don't ever have all I have is pictures. I don't never have pictures of me in the picture with the stuff that I do. So I figured I'd just take the video. I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but I guess I'm gonna let y'all watch me do my thing. I can't tell you what I'm gonna do. I just do it as I go. About every minute that I'm painting or whatever, I'm always thinking about the next step of what I want to do, how I want to do it. Well, anyway, it just comes together as I do it. So I don't make no plans. I just do it, right? So somebody dropped the front fender from my bike after I already painted. Now, I already painted this. I already painted everything. Somebody dropped the front fender. I had to get some custom mixed paint that I can't match back up. So there you go. I gotta do everything all over again. So to give y'all a little shot of the frame, because I'm painting the frame too. This thing is heavy. It's not a regular motorcycle frame. It's a 2008 Iron Horse Tejas from out of Texas. It's one of them Texas choppers. The motor and all, the transmission, all that over there in the corner covered up. I got the back wheel right there. Anyway, my damn back wheel right here costs more money than some people's car. Because I got everything's custom on this bike. Let's roll this over here so I don't get no overspray on it. I'll be right with y'all. Alright. Anywho, that's the frame, and this is what color I painted everything. But since I can't match the paint, I went and got some different paint. So what I'm doing here is I don't know what I'm doing, to tell you the truth. All I know is I got everything prepped, and then I got this paint that I mixed right here. It's some custom paint. I don't know what color you want to call it, but right here then, custom. Look at that. Ain't that pretty? It's not gonna look like this. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, look, there you go. You might be able to get a glimpse. It's kind of a bluish purple. It's just a custom mixed paint that I got. But when I mixed it, I mixed it with pearl. It's almost like a midnight blue. Depends on how heavy you put it. The more coats you put on it, the darker it's gonna get. If you put 10 coats on it, it's gonna be more like a midnight blue. But what I got going on is I've already mixed some paint I already painted my front fender, the back fender, and the oil tank. So what I'm gonna do is, I got to thinking about it because some people that I do know never believe me. They always think I bring my shit somewhere, right? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna start off, which I've already started, but I already got my paint, my silver. I got some silver, and the reason I'm putting silver, I've already got it sealed and everything, right? So it's ready. And the reason I'm putting silver, I'm putting a silver base coat on everything, is because the way I mix the paint that I got, I mixed it to where when I put my reducer and stuff in there. Anyway, what I'm getting at is I'm making a candy color. Bottom line, candy color. It's candy blue, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Candy blue, and I got purple and blue pearl mixed in with the paint. I don't know what the mixtures is, and I took a bunch of different color paints and I mixed it, but I mixed my paint with clear coat. So there's a whole lot of clear coat in that paint already because I'm making my own candy color. All right, and that's why I'm putting this silver base coat. So the silver base coat basically represents the underneath of the paint. Anyway, when you look at the paint job, you'll see the silver, but it won't look silver. It's got metallic in it, so you'll see the metallic. But I also put the smaller, fine metal flake in my blue paint as well with the pearl. Now, after I put my blue on, well, anyway, before I put the blue on, I'm gonna just tell y'all what I got going on. I'm gonna have to do this in 3 different steps. After I put this base coat, I'm gonna put some pinstripes. I'm gonna airbrush by hand myself. I'm gonna airbrush some flames on the front fender, the back fender, the oil tank, and the gas tank. Gas tank is the main attraction. I may even airbrush a skull, just a skull, or maybe not, in the middle of the gas tank, and the flames will be on the outside of it. Anyway, I don't know, I haven't decided yet. It'll come to me as I go. So I'm gonna put flames with that same blue. I'm gonna airbrush flames on top of this silver. After I airbrush the blue flames on this silver, I'm gonna take that same blue paint and I'm gonna paint everything over the flames and everything. And what that does is, because the way I got this paint mixed, the flames are gonna be dark inside my paint job, but you won't see any lines. So you'll see the flames, but you won't be able to figure out how they're there because it's going to be the same color, just a different shade. But there will be no lines because it'll just be like faded into the flame, and they'll be there. You'll see them barely, but they'll be there. So let's start by putting this silver paint base coat on. Can y'all see that? Always make sure you don't have any obstacles in the way, because you can fuck some shit up. Before I get started, what I need to do. It may not look like much, but this little bit of paint coming out of this spray gun, it can kill you. So I always wear this airplane. And let's see if we get some silver on this thing. want to make sure you get inside all your little cracks and stuff, because if not, when you get done with your paint job, you'll have some flaws in it that you can't fix, because, like I said, this is custom paint down here. And I don't measure it because ain't nobody gonna duplicate this color. And that's the way I like it. So this is my personal liking. If I do it for a customer, I'll measure everything that I mix. That way, if they ever come back with some shit, I can mix the same paint to match. But we're not gonna match this paint. If something fucks up, we just gotta change the whole color, period. Cool, right? Kind of foggy in here now. There's fumes in here will kill you, like I said, but whew. Anyway, and it's hot in here because it's late at night. It's very humid outside, so what I did is I turned the heat on in here a while ago. I get it pretty warm in here, so I got it about 70 degrees in here. But I'm keeping it at 70 degrees in here with a propane heater. It keeps the moisture out the air, because we don't want our paint to turn white. As the moisture gets under the paint, no matter what color it is, it'll turn white on you. So we're gonna it's hot in here, man. I only had one coat on everything, so I went ahead and put the second coat of silver on everything else, and on the gas tank, instead of putting a light coat and then come back with a second coat, I went ahead and put the same amount of paint as I got with two coats on the rest of this stuff. So I went ahead and put a heavy coat on the gas tank, so it'll be all right. I'm not gonna have to come back and put no more silver on it. Now the frame back there, if you're wondering why I didn't paint the frame, is because that frame is already a candy color, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my airbrush and I'm gonna put silver highlights. I already got it sanded down. It's already a candy blue, but it's a candy apple blue green with pearl. But I'm gonna put silver highlights throughout the frame, and therefore after I put the highlights with the silver, with the airbrush, I'm gonna come back with the blue paint. I'm gonna paint the whole frame over, and that way you'll have a dark. That frame will match everything else because remember I told you when I put the flames are gonna be darker than the rest of the paint. So the same effect with the frame. It's gonna be darker blue with a lighter blue, but candy color. So that green that's on there is gonna kind of help me get that darker top coat. But I'm gonna put silver. I'm gonna put silver outlines on it. I'm gonna trim it out with silver, with my airbrush with silver, with highlights. That way, when I paint it, I'll get the candy blue, purple, but then I'll get the darker midnight blue look effect to match the flame. Anyway, you get the gist of it. But we're gonna do the frame last because that's a piece of cake. Ain't no big deal. Right now, what I gotta do is I'm gonna wait about 20 minutes for all this stuff to dry. I may or may not put another coat of paint on here. I don't know. I'm gonna have to check it out real good. Got so foggy in here I couldn't hardly see. I'm blind any damn way, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can ask my kids about it. I wear 2 pair of glasses. You sneak up on me, I'm liable to have 2 pair of glasses on at one time. I ain't no damn crackhead. Might look like one, but I ain't. So I'm just checking shit out right now, make sure I ain't got no flaws in this shit, right? And so far, I don't know what's going on because everything's still wet, fresh and wet. So we'll give it a few minutes. Make sure we ain't got nothing trying to lift, fish eye, nothing like that. Because if it's gonna lift, it's gonna be a catastrophe. So prep work is the key to success with this shit right here. If you got sloppy prep work, you'll have a sloppy outcome, sloppy job. You get what you pay for. I got a lot of hours in this prepping. No matter how good you prep it, depending on the weather, humidity and shit like that, shit can happen because of the difference in temperature of the metal, the iron on your parts versus the temperature of the air. Because if I get it, everything is at room temperature when I came in here with humidity in the air, and I turned the heater on, and I heated the room up too fast, and the parts did not heat up with the temperature of the air, we might have a problem. This shit might try to lift and get a bunch of little, I don't know, look like cracks all over. That ain't good, because if you start getting cracks in it, you can't put paint on it because the cracks will just come all the way through. Whatever you put on it, the cracks will be there. You can't get rid of it. So then what you have to do is start from scratch. And I hope that I didn't put my paint on too soon, because I don't want that damn paint lifting and get this crack effect. You know, like if you go in to a place where, like an old riverbed or something, and the dirt is dried up, you get all these cracks and shit. And that's basically what this shit looks like, if it lifts. So right now, everything's looking pretty good. But and if you notice, I'm I'm over here touching it. How fast it dries. It's dry, but it's not pure. There's a difference. The longer it sits there, if I didn't calculate my air temperature with the tank temperature and stuff correctly, then I might get some lifts in this paint, and we don't need that because I don't feel like working on this fucking shit a whole nother day. Because that's what it's gonna take me. If that paint lifts right there, it will take me a whole 8 hours to get 2 fenders, an oil tank, and a gas tank back down the middle, and just start all over from scratch. Just like I did when I first started. We don't want to do that. So this is the second time I'm doing it because the front, remember I told you, somebody dropped my front fender and put a dent in it, so I had to fix that. And it came out pretty good. You can't even see the dent no more. I don't have any Bondo in it. I used a hammer and a metal dial and a brass. I used a brass block on the backside and a brass hammer. And I just beat on that thing and beat on it and beat on it. It took me about 2 or 3 hours to beat that thing back. Get the dent out of it. So I don't have any Bondo on it. I use 2K primer. 2K primer is the shit. I'll show it to you. So what this is Master Pro 2K urethane primer. Alright. It's a filler and a primer. Pretty high dollar. But if you got any imperfections in your shit, you can spray it. Like if you do have to do body work or something, when you work your Bondo or what have you, you can put this 2K primer on it. One time. You work it down, water sand it, finish. You don't have to, the old school primer, that gray primer, you have to prime that shit, water sand it. Check it. Prime it again, water sand it, prime it again. If you can take 220 grit sandpaper, sand that, hit it with this primer, then get some 400, it'll be smooth as baby's ass. You can't do that with old school primer. This primer is the shit, but it's expensive. Like I said, you get what you pay for. It's good stuff. I primed the front fender, the back fender, the oil tank, and the gas tank. And I got a 6-gallon gas tank, by the way. And my back fender is about 14 inches wide because I got my back, like I say, my back wheel is a 30 series, 30. 140 by 30. Low profile but wide, 13 inches wide. 3 ounces, that's it. 3 ounces of that 2K primer. Prime everything. I primed everything. 3 ounces of primer, and that's it. It primed all of it. I come back and water sand it, and seemed to come out okay. But anyway, after I sanded it down, I sealed it. I don't know what sealer I use. I got quite a few different sealers, but anyway, I use the white sealer on this because I'm going with the silver base coat, so I use the white sealer. I got gray, I got dark gray, but the white was the first one I came to, so I got it. Don't matter. Silver will go over any color silver. Silver is just, it's good. It'll go over whatever color silver you got. I mean, I wouldn't use no red silver, but in other words, light. I use PPG. As a matter of fact, I use PPG, and I use the Nason clear coat. And I also have, I got a better urethane clear that I use, that I'm going to use on this one as a matter of fact. And it's Select Royal Clear Coat. I'm going to use this clear coat, which is made by Transtar, and it's called Select Royal Clear Coat. It uses a reducer activator, but what I do, I wouldn't recommend it, but I do it myself. I'm gonna put a hardener in with it. You know, it don't call for it, but I put it anyway. If you're new to painting, don't try it. In other words, don't try this at home. I do stuff different. I'm 50 years old. I've been doing this shit a long time, so I got a couple tricks up my sleeve that I do that I probably wouldn't recommend, but I do something. But I'm gonna put a hardener in it, in my clear coat, and then I'm gonna put one or two coats of clear with the large royal blue metal flake, 2 coats. And then when that dries, I'm gonna scuff it down. I'm gonna let it dry for a whole day, and I'm gonna come back, scuff it down, and I'm gonna put clear coat, which I'm gonna use the Select on. And I shouldn't have to sand it and buff it, because I'm that good. It'll be slick as a baby's ass when I get done. So anyway, yeah, peace.